So in the political space, I've always called Mheshimiwa Raila as a break. And so, based on the factors that are going to prevail, if Kenyans are not going to style up, and if it happens, God takes time to give us another Raila, I think the country is going to go to the dogs. And I've told people always, Sifuna, as a young man, given opportunity to execute the responsibilities of the party, does not translate of him giving us a direction outside the spirit of our party. The truth be told, I've always told people severally that political parties in Kenya revolves around individuals. And many a times I've always said Raila and ODM and Raila is more or less the same. The spirit of Ramogi is paramount of how we do our things. So going forward, we are going to get one. Be it they say Babu Owino, if the spirit comes with Babu Owino, it's going to have it. Be it comes with let's say, our people are talking. There is this version of Dr. Evans Odinga, the former governor of Nairobi. If it comes that way, he's going to take it. There's this narrative, some people say, that if it is going to come with the former governor of Migori, Bwana Obado, it is going to come out. Ruto was one of the founders of ODM party. And as such, as you know, as life progresses, vertical mobility might at times be gotten from one angle or the other. Now that Ruto is in a different camp and ODM is another camp, but then they've come up and merged the ideologies, and truly to the ones Mse left us in the party.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Musungu Muliro, and today tuna mgeni ambaye ako very resourceful. Ni siku nyingi sana nimetamani kufanya naye interview na finally tumekutana. Atajiintroduce kwanza, anaitwa nani, alafu tutaendelea kutoka hapo. Hujambo?
Sijambo ndugu yangu.
You can introduce yourself to our followers, your name. Yes.
Okay, I'm George Aliet. Aliet is a political analyst, but a junior one.
Oh.
Of course, many a times being found in Bunge la Mwananchi setups. Yes.
What type of person can I describe you before we continue? Are you a radical person? Are you an open-minded person? Or are you pro to someone?
Basically, I'm level-headed. So when I say I'm level-headed, it means I'm accommodative, all quarters. Isipokuwa, my stand is depicted from a real position of how I perceive issues, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, having that in mind, let's go straight to the point. In the recent few days, we've lost the Right Honorable Raila Amollo Odinga, and so many things have happened. Maybe in very few words, how would you describe Raila Amollo Odinga? Who is he in terms of the political sphere of the Republic of Kenya, and maybe in the African phase in terms of politics?
Okay, I like words to describe Raila. Raila is everything. You talk of being a patriotic, you talk of being a Pan-Africanist, you talk of a world leader, all those things fits Raila's. So, as I call him myself, he's a spiritual leader, because I've never defaulted one of his decisions since I've known him in the political space. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baba did so many things in this world before he left just a few days ago.
Yeah.
Maybe what is this thing that you can learn, the main thing that you can learn? Of course, there are so many things that people can learn from the life of Raila Amollo. What is this main thing that you can learn from Raila Amollo Odinga in terms of politics and life in general?
The only thing I've learned from Raila is that you have to be selfless. You have to be selfless, and you have to give directions that are positive to everybody who is around you. Because they say sharing is caring. You don't holistically share materials, but as well, you can even share ideologies. And the ideologies you share must be unanimous to the general population in the world, yes.
Okay. Raila Amollo Odinga has left. And you know, Raila Amollo Odinga was one of the determining factors in terms of politics. Maybe what are some of the things do you think will take place that were not taking place, were not happening during the days of Raila Amollo Odinga in terms of the way forward, how politics is run, how campaigns are run, and any other thing politics?
Okay, at this point in time, I might not say much, but what I know, dynamism is eminent. Things are going to change in a big way, because as I call him, in the Kenyan political sphere, I call him as a brake. When I say a brake, it's just a gadget being used in locomotive objects. So in the political space, I've always called Mheshimiwa Raila as a brake. And so, based on the factors that are going to prevail, if Kenyans are not going to style up, and if it happens, God takes time to give us another Raila, I think the country is going to go to the dogs. Like I did say sometimes when I was making an interview, that if Raila walks out today, walking out might be like the one that has happened, or just stepping aside, or taking sabbatical leave in politics. And with the kind of nature we have our society, most of the youths who are now the prime mover of the political platform, I don't think it is going to be very easy. But as fate has it, everything ni mpangilio ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Yes.
Some people are giving claims that, immediately after the exit of Raila Amollo Odinga, this is the end of ODM. Some people think that maybe Raila Amollo Odinga did not prepare somebody who will succeed him after he leaves. What's your thought on such like an opinion?
The truth be told, I've always told people severally that political parties in Kenya revolves around individuals. And many a times I've always said Raila and ODM and Raila is more or less the same. So Raila was the vision holder of the party. You can never get any other person who can drive the same vision as the vision holder. And so according to me, psychologically I'm prepared, not because of ODM alone. We've even seen it before. When the vision holder goes away, literally you expect variation. What I cannot literally come out and say, what extent of variation? Is it going to be the end of the party? Is the party going to be rebranded? Or is it going to stagnate? That is what I cannot on affirmative say. But going forward, we don't expect the real ODM to be what it is as the way it was when Raila was there.
Okay.
Yes.
During the burial ceremony, the state funeral of Raila Amollo Odinga, some politicians from the ODM faction were saying that, Raila Baba left us in the government. So people had this thinking that maybe, okay, because you are left in the government, then it will come a time when now we'll get to the level of Ndio Mzee. Whatever the President of the Republic of Kenya says, we do, because Baba left us in the government. Now, some people were also saying that, we might get to a point where now there is a merger between UDA and ODM, because after all, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, was once an ODM member, so he can just go back to ODM and be the party leader, and that becomes now one party, ODM versus UDA. What do you think of such like an opinion?
I think all those opinions are right, and they are viable to an extent, because truly, Ruto was one of the founders of ODM party, and as such, as you know, as life progresses, vertical mobility might at times be gotten from one angle or the other. Now that Ruto is in a different camp, and ODM is another camp, but then they've come up and merged the ideologies, and truly to the words, Mzee left us in the party, and being the way we people are, the way he left us, we are going to be that party. So whichever way it is going to come out, either Mheshimiwa Rais decides to run with the party, or the party decides to work together with the UDA as per the arrangement they are going to work out under the able leadership of Dr. Oburu Odinga, as fate has it, then I think all those connotations are just going to be as right as people are saying them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
During the burial, majority of ODM members or ODM followers were in line with the President of the Republic of Kenya. But Sifuna had a different idea, and he said that, Mzee said that in 2027, will participate in the elections. And this thing has had so many translations. Some people were saying that, Sifuna is just overthinking, of ambitious. What is your interpretation on, I think you have heard those words, Sifuna saying at the Agile Hotel. How do you interpret Sifuna's statement according to what Raila said? Because different people are saying Raila said this, Raila said that.
On issue Sifuna, I think I've discussed Sifuna several times. It is only through your channels never. What I can say about Sifuna is entitled to his opinion. Despite the fact that he's the Secretary General of the party, Sifuna doesn't have the spirit of the party. Like they do say, there's the constitution and the spirit of the constitution. That written document, we've had so many leaders who operate outside that written document. That should be able to guide them. So what is it? There's the document and the spirit. Sifuna is the leader of the party, but Sifuna doesn't have the spirit of the party. So when I'm talking that way, I want you to understand me. The spirit of the party emanates from the population of the party, followers of the party. So when a leader talks, try to judge, is this statement resonating with the members of that institution? And if it is not, then beware, that person, he or she is speaking, is so run on mind. And I've told people always, Sifuna, as a young man, given opportunity to execute the responsibilities of the party, does not translate of him giving us a direction outside the spirit of our party. And I've told people again and again, whatever Sifuna is talking about is his own opinion. And according to me, as a serious follower of the party, I've always depicted Sifuna as a betrayer. He's given opportunity, but using the wrong way. But he's entitled to his opinion. But going forward, you'll see what I'm telling you. Sifuna is going to go his way. The party and the followers of the party are going to go the other way. Get it right from me. If such a situation will come later, then I'll tell you otherwise. But as it stands now, we are in the government to stay. Either we are going to be part of that government or we are going to form that government. We cannot afford to walk away from that government based on what people aspire to get from a government. Okay. And what Mheshimiwa Rais has done with this government to our people, within this short time we've had an arrangement, there are things we can never afford to give our back. Okay. And so, if it is payback time, in fact, we've not paid Ruto. So Ruto, Mheshimiwa Rais stood with us in 2007. We've not paid him. Now it's come double times. It's delivered to our people and we did support him. And so, it is fallacious to start thinking, now that Mheshimiwa Raila is gone, we can just decide and walk our way. No, we are not going to do that. In fact, if he's going to give us direction, we are going to do that. And I really appreciate the person given leadership is somebody who's level-headed, mature, wise. Oburu is going to do it big time. And we are going to ensure Dream ya Mzee, in conjunction with Dream of the sitting president, is going to be workable. Yes.
Do you think somebody else will take over now that Oburu is just an interim party leader? Do you think somebody else will be given the mantle as a party leader other than Oburu Odinga?
Not that I think. It is going to come out.
Okay.
Our people works on a parameter that are guided by so many things, ikiwemo the spirit of Ramogi. The spirit of Ramogi is paramount of how we do our things. So, going forward, we are going to get one. Be it they say Babu Owino, if the spirit comes with Babu Owino, it's going to have it. Be it comes with, let's say, our people are talking. There is this version of Dr. Evans Odinga, the former governor of Nairobi. If it comes that way, he's going to take it. There's this narrative, some people say, that if it is going to come with the former governor of Migori, Bwana Obado, it is going to come out. But most importantly, they need to say that currently at this point in time, probably it is going to be CPM Mbadi, okay, the current cabinet secretary of Treasury. Yeah, so those are the parameters that are going to play out. The only thing is that there are so many considerations the Luo community works on. Why have I not talked about Oburu? Or why are people not talking much about Oburu? Mheshimiwa Oburu, as it is, there's no quality that cannot justify to remain there. The only thing that is making Oburu not to be considered as such is based on age, and some of these things need energy, somebody to be very aggressive, and for us to continue having people of his caliber, to keep giving us wisdom, then we need to relinquish him from serious tasks that might give him other unnecessary diseases like pressure. Yes.
Some people say that in any case, these things are all over the social media.
Yes.
I know you go through social media.
Yes.
Some people think that if today Babu Owino and Sifuna walk away, they will walk away with members and followers of ODM, and that will be the end of the Orange Party. What is your thought on that?
Hey, you're Kali. Let me tell you, my friend, I don't underrate these young people. But let me tell you, ODM following is not about populism. ODM following is anchored on Raila's ideologies. And let me tell you one of the pertinent things. It is true ODM is a national party. But the truth of the matter is there is a place where ODM is highly anchored if you go by the population index. And that's the Luo Nation. Are you getting what I'm saying? Why do you think the Luo Nation are comfortable working with the current president? There are things we've agitated for as far as from independence, and we've never seen us attend them. And now that when Baba led us to work with Mheshimiwa Rais now, we've attended this thing in less than 2 years. Are you getting that? So whenever now your ideologies doesn't conform with the ideologies that has made us work with the current president, my friend, get it from me. The bigger percentage of the ODM family are your enemies. And let us not start talking of what we are thinking, what you are getting. Leave alone this social media following. You might even have 1,000 followers from the diaspora. Then you might have 1,000 followers from the opponents, purporting to support you, to give a narrative that you are following. I can only talk about that the moment they've walked out. And if they walk out, you are going to see what I'm telling you. Yes.
Now, I interviewed one of my friends in this platform, yes, and the guy said, this was way back, just maybe 3 weeks ago, before the death of Raila Amollo Odinga. And it's not that we were wishing for Raila's demise, but we were just asking ourselves, if today Raila is not there, whether he is dead or he has taken a leave, as you said before, what will happen? The guy simply told me, ODM is a Luo party. How do you perceive such like a sentiment from somebody? Is it true?
Let me tell you, ODM is always a Luo party as people tend to depict. Those who are naysayers. And let me tell you, whenever you are interviewing somebody, you have to get a clear profile of that person over the same. How far has that person in that terrain for a long time to lead to that decision? There are people that you'll interview them, but naturally this person has never been an ODM follower. This person has never been a Raila follower, leave alone coming from the same community with Raila. There's somebody who've never thought of a Kikuyu ODM member. Like if you ask me, or if you do your due diligence, there are people from the Kikuyu nation who Raila has literally supported. Like I can tell you, go and do your research. Kikuyus have gotten around 9 pilots from Raila's initiative. 9 pilots alive and working now. So these are people you cannot talk about any negative ideology. Like if you talk about Paul Mwangi Leo, you talk about Paul Mwangi. Do you mean they are not Kikuyu moguls who Paul Mwangi can be their lawyers? We did have people like Mumbi Ngaru who stayed with Raila all that time. And there are so many. You go and now ask people like Isaac Mwaura, the current government spokesman. He has an history of huyo mzee. Leave alone these things we talk in the street because of trying to earn an honest living. Now you sit somebody down honestly to describe or explain for you what ODM or what Raila is. You'll get a very different story. So what I say, I repeat, ODM with the demise of Raila, I don't expect it to be the same way the way it is, but equally I expect variation, but literally it will not remain the way it is. Are you getting what I'm saying? So when people say ODM is going to be a Luo affair, I think that guy is entitled to his opinion. But since life is progressive, we are there and we are going to see. If at all, God will not take us equally very fast. Yes.
Thank you so much. Until next time.